welcome all students and teachers and fellow speakers to this platform. So we are working on as a team. So to help the students community, we have started this foundation to help the students community along with other initiatives we have. So focusing on this topic, we are having this IIT JEE Foundation lecture series. So our director of this education department, Mr. Santosh, will take care of this in detail. I'll just brief you like why we started and how does it help you, and what is the factor of this and why we are putting so much time for this to give you information and all. So this is mainly for the IIT JEE and the aspirants of that, and the other class students also just can listen and get the some points. So like our speakers, what they are focusing on and how does it help you. So each speaker will have their own expertise. So they are from various NITs and IITs. So their expertise will help you to get an idea, and overall you can like engage and learn new things. And if you have any queries, you can ask. So I request Mr. Santosh. He is our director of this department. We are focusing on quality education. In this, one of them actually IIT JEE lecture series. So he will brief you about this session and other activities which we have on this specific subject. So I request Mr. Santosh to talk on this and further continue on this.
Okay, thank you, Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm glad to welcome you to this session. I hope you all are healthy and happy. So, you might remember a successful initiative last summer, an online live maths classes from 7th to 12th grade. So, and the same thing we will continue to offer this service every summer. Okay, so today I'll give you an overview of our IIT JEE platform and key initiatives. Okay, so some of the topics we will cover are: first one, the foundation building for IIT JEE, and this is the session. So about this session, our speakers will talk more about it. And one more thing is mathematics. There we will cover some critical topics. And the third one, study techniques and time management, and interactive problem solving and interactive questions and answer sessions. And there will be one more sessions called mock test and practice sessions, and mentorship and peer support, and many more sessions we will be conducting based on the feedback we will get. So yeah, internals of this all these topics will be shared over the WhatsApp group. So we have all the respective class WhatsApp groups, and we have main groups. So there we will share more details about this initiative, more details about these topics. Okay. So now we have a team of IIT, NIT, IIIT, and ISC alumni and experienced professional teachers. They can provide you with valuable guidance, clear doubts, and also they'll help you achieve your academic goals. And also our mentor team is always available and ready to support you, and but it's up to you how you will make use of them. So we are doing these activities voluntarily, but the real impact is only possible when you participate actively and engage in this process. Okay, so now I am pleased to introduce Mr. Jay Krishna. He's an alumnus of IIT Roper and currently working as a R&D engineer at Keysight Technologies, Bengaluru, and he will guide us through this session. Mr. Jay Krishna.
Yeah. Hi, good
Please take
afternoon all. Hope everyone is doing great. Thank you, Santosh, for introducing me. And as we know, and as our NFSC Foundation providing the IIT JEE session series, maybe this is the first session we are trying to teach the basics, and we will try as much as possible to help you. So it's up to you how you will utilize it. And my request to all, please mute your microphones, and when you are not speaking, if you have questions, you can ask after each sessions of the respective speaker. To ask questions by raising your hand or by using the chat media, as we have in the bottom of the chat box is there. You can post your queries over that. And after each session, we'll cover 2 to 3 questions And after the end of the sessions, we'll take the questions. If you have any questions and whichever uncovered questions from the chart, we'll cover it out. So get ready to interact with the great minds of IIT and NIT alumni. And now let me introduce our speaker, Mr. Vishwarath, alumni of NIT Warangal, currently working as an associate product manager at Bangalore. Over to you, Vishwarath.
Yes, sir. Hello. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, students. Hope you're all well. So, brief introduction about myself. So, I am Vishwarath. I graduated from NIT Warangal in 2012 in mechanical engineering branch, and post which I worked at Tata Motors, Pune, and did a research internship at IIT Delhi, and then went abroad, USA, for my masters and worked there for 3 years. Then I returned to India and started my management education, and I just finished this year. And I'm working at Walmart Global Tech in Bangalore, and it's given me a great. So I've been fortunate enough to actually be exposed to a lot of education, like high quality education, and now I think it's time for me to give back in whatever limited means I can. So that's why when Mohan and me discussed, because we both are from the same batch at NIT, we were good friends, and when he talked about this initiative, I just jumped right in because I felt a great, satisfaction in helping students. So that's a bit about me. Um, so I hope we'll continue this association in the future. In the meantime, I just want to share a presentation I made. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Are you able to see this screen?
Yeah, not at Vishwarath. Maybe it's loading.
Okay.
Vishwanath, I enabled it actually now. Please check.
Yes. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, actually by default it was disabled. I enabled it now.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, Vishwarath,
so
we
you're
can
getting
see your
open.
screen.
Okay, great. So basically, if we talk about IITs, right? So how many IITs are there is the first question. So there are basically 23 IITs all over India. Previously, we had only 7 IITs, maybe 15 years back. But then the government proactively introduced a number of new IITs, and thereby we have 23 in total. And there's a lot of scope for students to get admitted all over the country, regardless of which region they belong to. As you can see in this map, uh, basically it pretty much covers the entire length and breadth of the country. Every state, a big state has an IIT, and that's how it is. And if you want to see the quality of education in India, so IITs have been traditionally ranked the number one institutes in India. Globally, also, we are possibly in the top 500, and I think recently IIT Bombay was in the top 100 or as well. So, and actually, the ranking that you see here is across engineering as well as medicine and business as well. So you can see how IITs have always been at the top of engineering, top of education in India. And the reasons for this are primarily three. IITs have world class facilities. When you talk of the infrastructure for startups, or if you have a startup idea, IITs provide you with support. If you have any sort of educational need, for example, world class classrooms or any sports facilities, there are all available for the students to take advantage. Then, of course, research is a very primary consideration. So all the faculty at IIT are PhDs, And also they have done a lot of other work apart from PhD in their postdoc, which is a step ahead of a PhD. And the competition, I know personally, is very intense. So you will have very high quality teaching facility teachers there who kind of very engage with the students. And then of course the jobs at IITs are one of it's the most sought after place. So traditionally I think almost there is 90 to 100% placement at IITs. And all the students typically get admitted to typically join very good companies, both India and abroad. So these are the primary reasons why IITs should be sought after by students. Now we'll talk very briefly about how do you get into IIT. Now we know that IIT is a place to be. So we know that IIT has in this entrance exam, which is G Mains and G Advanced. Previously, they used to, when I was a student, they used to have this IIT GE and AIEEE, both separately. Now they have made it more streamlined, which is very good. So how it happens is G Mains is conducted twice a year, and so G Mains is basically for NITs, triple ITs, and other institutions. If you get a very good rank in G Mains, then you are eligible to sit for G Advanced. And if you have a good rank in G Advanced, then you will be eligible to get into the IIT system. But some questions may pop up here, like what happens if I don't qualify for the G Advanced? Then no worries, your G Mains rank will still be valid, and you can still opt for getting into NITs or triple ITs. And of course, it's an all India competitive exam, and uh, the exam is very stringent. There have been no incidences of paper leaks or any fraudulent activities over the past many decades, like 1957 to right up till here. So they take this exam very seriously and full of integrity. And basically, the exam as such, it's not a by-hearted kind of exam, which is it is mostly like a logical and test your thinking ability, and tests that in three areas: maths, physics, and chemistry. So basically, an aspiring student has to have a firm grip of the fundamentals in the subject to kind of move himself into this exam. So yes, so that's a brief introduction about the IIT JEE system, and I'll now proceed to moving to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishwanath, for providing insightful information about IIT JEE
Sure.
and the quality of education at IIT JEE, IITs and NITs. And at the same time, you also concluded the rankings of the IITs and the job opportunities at the IITs, which gives more information. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next, we have another speaker, Mr. Sharad Pawan, alumni of IIT Bombay, working in BEL. Over to you, Sharad Pawan.
Thank you, sir. Hi, guys. My name is Kola Shraddhavan. I'm an alumni of IIT Bombay. I did my undergrad in mechanical engineering. So I hope I don't make you guys bored. I will give all the information that you guys required and need to know while preparing for JEE Mains and JEE Advanced, so that it won't overlap and it won't become a big hectic schedule for you guys, so you can easily able to go on with everything. Just share my slides just a second. Just give a brief about what are the things, what are the subjects that you need to be more careful on, and what kind of books that you need to prepare from, and what are the things that you don't need to do while preparing for JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. And one more thing, just want to give a small detailed brief about why IITs and NITs are in a top place when compared to the state colleges like Usmania and JNDUs, why most of the people are not preferring them when compared to these colleges. So the thing is that they have their world-class rankings. As Sir said, it has their own rankings in the world, where IIT Bombay comes is something like 143. This year it got a rank of 143 all over the world. So like if you go into IITs and NITs, it has their own brand. So if you after clearing JEE mains and advanced, and you once you get into the IITs and NITs, uh, once you get into those colleges, the thing is that after clearing, like after completing your degree, whatever certificate that you get has its own value in the outside market when compared to the guys who came from tier 3 colleges. I mean, tier 3 in the sense ki, the guys who come from like Usmania or JNDU. So they have their own advantage in place of IIT and NIT students. So if let's say if you're going for an interview for a 12 lakhs package of the company, so if you're an IIT or NIT student, they prefer you more than the other guys who came for the interview. So this is a major reason why all over India, wherever you go, IITs and NIT students are preferred more when compared to the rest, because they feel like yeah they can do much better when compared to the rest. So I just start with some primary things that we need to know, and then some preparation strategies and timelines that you need to follow, and rest the do's and don'ts will be covered by my dear friend Pawan. Okay, so has a basic introduction is already done by me. It's like IITs and NITs are more important. So let's go with the topics. I just give a brief about like what are the topics are there, which books you need to follow, why you need to follow these books only, and what are the which chapters gets more number of questions each year. So if you can't able to like let's say I'm good at mechanics. Let's say you are not good at mechanics. You can prefer some other section in that particular subject, so that you can go and write the exam very well, so that you can score more. So these are the just take a screenshot if you are using any device. Just take a screenshot. Each and or I just also send a small PDF of these slides, so that you can get to know like which subjects and which topics need to be covered while preparing for JEE Mains and for JEE Advanced. So these are the major topics for physics which you need to learn in the 2 years of period, and these are the complete blueprint of what are the number of questions comes in JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Each year it will change. The pattern also changes. So each year it changes. Mostly the modern physics and the ray optics, and these are the topics where you get most of the questions from for a physics subject. Okay, so for this, these are the major topics that you need to excel in, so that you can score more in JEE Mains. And for JEE Advanced, you need to follow some books like H.C. Verma, or some other books like NCRT. Like first you need to go with NCRT. Just prepare, read line to line from NCRT. That is the first step while you are preparing for JEE Mains. After getting a clarity about that particular concept, then start solving problems in NCRT textbooks, because that is the base for everything. So start preparing from NCRT. Once you are able to solve the questions from NCRT physics, then go for HC Verma. So like NCRT questions are like a MSET kind of a questions, which are pretty easy. You can able to solve after learning the concepts. Where JEE Mains and JEE Advanced are little bit tricky. They will add multiple concepts in a single question, and they will ask you, so you to like remember those formulas and add each other, so that you get the values at the end. So JEE Mains and JEE Advanced are little bit tricky. As the level increases, the question toughness also increases. JEE Mains questions are pretty easy when compared to JEE Advanced. because J advanced questions are pretty tricky. So you need to be well prepared for JEE Advanced and JEE Mains. MSET is just like if you able to solve all the questions from NCRT itself, it is more than enough if you are preparing for an MSET exam. But if you are preparing for an IIT JEE Mains and JEE Advanced, you need to clear with NCRT textbooks and also more clear about all the concepts, because just following blindly for a single concept, you feel like that, yeah, this might be the major topic that we need to follow. It's not the point there, because JEE Mains and JEE Advanced questions are something like you can't expect. Like, let's say there is a small topic, you feel like, yeah, this is not a big topic which I need to learn, but he gives the question from the same that small topic that you felt and you neglected it. So you need to be more careful while preparing for JEE Mains. So these are the basic blueprint that you need to follow. I mean, if you want to score more, just follow all this. Okay, so if you want to score more, just do all these chapters where you can able to score more amount of marks when compared to the rest of the students. So guys, physics is a basic thing, basic subject which decides your rank in JEE Mains, because now the percentages are came, like they will do some calculations to give a percentage to you at the end. But most of the students during my time and during right now, like I see most of the students where they can't able to solve physics. They feel like physics is tough. But I'm saying you guys honestly, physics is way more easier than you think. So just follow these patterns of like these blueprint. I hope you guys took a screenshot of this thing. So I'm telling you again and again, physics is not a tough subject. It's pretty easy. You just need to be more clear about the concepts and stuff. So just do these questions if you want to score some decent marks. But if you want to score something like 99% or 98 or 100 percentile, you need to be clear with each and everything. So like all the chapters. So if you're preferring like I want you if you want to get into mechanical or civil department, so you need to be clear with each and every topic. If you want to some electrical department, something like that, so you should be clear with all these topics. But I'm saying this again. If you want to get into a CSE and electrical department, it's not easy, guys. So for that, you need to prepare all these subjects, all these topics in the single subject to score more and to get into a NIT and IIT. Okay, I go to the next slide. Yeah, for the chemistry, there are some topics are removed this semester. I seen in CRT textbooks remove some topics from inorganic chemistry. But when coming to the organic and physical, these are the topics that you need to follow. So just take a screenshot of this thing, or I will just send the PDF again. So these are the topics that you need to follow, and okay, and okay, for inorganic, if you want to like, okay, just I just said something before this. So while you're preparing for chemistry, NCRT is the god of all subjects. NCRT is the god of all books. You just need to be clear with each and every line in the NCRT. You don't need to go for all these books. These are extra if you want to get into a JEE Advanced. These are just a bridge for you uh, to uh, to get into your dream college. But if you want a JEE Mains, you just need to like well prepared everything from whatever the concepts are there in NCRT textbooks. I don't want to suggest these extra books that I listed for you. If you want to like uh, if you want a good amount of marks in chemistry, I'm saying you guys again and again, just follow NCRT. No other books are preferred. If you want to solve some JEE advanced level of questions, then these are the books which might be helpful for you, because I also tried used these books for my preparation. Uh, but as far as I know, and whatever my teachers have suggested me, they just simply said just follow NCRT for chemistry, blindly follow chemistry, because you need to learn. line to line. If some, let's say there is a question came in the exam, weekly exams papers in your college. Let's say there is a question came in the examination. If there is a question something like what is this chemical bond is called as, or what is this name, how the nomenclature is done. So if anything, if any kind of chemistry question comes in the paper, you need to be well sure that yeah, this is a question came from this particular chapter, this particular page, and this particular side. So you need to be more sure that if any chemistry question comes into the exam, you need to ring a bell in your mind ki, yeah, this question came from this chapter for sure. I'm sure this came from this chapter and this particular topic. If you are well, if you are like, if you read the book more and more times, like I used to read something like 6 or 7 times, both first year and second year, to get a clarity of that level. It changes to person again, but if you want to like get a good score in chemistry, just follow NCRT and you need to learn line to line, without missing any small concepts or big concepts. Just go through each and everything, because during my time, chemistry is a scoring subject, guys. I'm telling you again and again, chemistry is an easy subject if you learn it in clear. If you feel like okay, for me, organic is a little bit tough. I used to spend 2 hours. Let's say if I need to spend 3 hours for chemistry, I used to spend 2 hours for organic itself. But it changes again person to person. So if you want to score more in JE mains and JE advanced, chemistry is everything. Chemistry is a bridge for to get a good score. So I suggest you just study NCRT blindly, do whatever the problems are given in the textbook, and mark whatever you feel like. Yeah, in the, let's say there is a chapter chemical bonding. If you feel like there is a line which might be important, so just mark the line and read it again and again and again, so that you can get a clarity during the exam. You feel like yeah, this question came from this particular chapter, this particular page, and this particular site. So you need to be this prepared, so you don't need to skip any question during the exam. I'm telling you guys, chemistry questions are not tough in JEE Mains and JEE Advanced as well. These are pretty easy. This is the only subject which you can score more. So if you want to prepare for JEE Advanced level, so these are some of the books that you can follow. Just for practice, there are some concepts explained in this thing. I don't suggest you to follow those concepts. Just go with the NCRT. For practicing problems and questions, I suggest you, these are the books for inorganic, and these are the books for physical chemistry. I used to follow this book, and these are some other books which are suggested by my friends. And for inorganic, I followed this book, and this is one more book I used to follow, but a little bit less when compared to this book. And for organic chemistry, I used to follow Himanshu Pandey book, which is like a god level in organic chemistry. These are some other books which my friends also suggested for me during my preparation. And the last subject, mathematics. So we all know that mathematics is like whatever taught from our childhood till 10th class. There will be some base for intermediate. These are the base for the intermediate. So intermediate is not that tough for mathematics. If I want to say, mathematics is not that tough. Yeah, I feel some persons like my sister as well, they feel like mathematics is a little bit tricky and not so hard and not so easy. But when comparing among all these three subjects, I feel physics is a little bit tough, and mathematics, and then chemistry. Chemistry is easy, and mathematics is also easy. Physics is a little bit different, but I used to feel like yeah, physics is easy as well. So if you just learn the concepts clearly, no subject among all these three is tough. Just follow the classes. Just prepare, like read the topics each and every day, and make a timeline. Okay, I come to the timeline after this. These are the topics for mathematics, and this is a weightage which usually each and every year in JEE Mains comes. So these are major topics where you get a 8 questions each and every year. For sure, guys, if you want to score good score in a JEE, means if you want to score something like 95 above in mathematics is itself out of 100 percentile, you just do all these questions, and rest these are the questions which are also easy. But when coming to these questions, this might be a little bit tricky. If you want to score a decent score to get into any kind of NIT, then you can skip this. But if you want to score a good score and if you want to get into a top class NIT and IIT, you need to prepare all these topics. Uh, so I suggest please just do all these chapters without missing anything and without missing any formulas. And these are the topics which I felt a little bit tough, but it changes again person to person. So this is the weightage for mathematics, and Singage is the only book which I used to follow during my time, and it helped it became a bridge for me for mathematics to clear easily, because the concepts are explained very well, and whatever problems are given in this are up to the JEE mains mark and JEE advanced mark. In some, like, there are some questions which are tough, but you can able to solve those questions if you have a clarity in concepts and theorems. So, and this is for the JEE advanced level. If you are preparing for JEE advanced, this is the book that you need to follow for JEE advanced. Okay, now coming to the preparation strategy. So usually in private colleges, what we see is that in our first year we get mostly all the topics are covered in the first year itself, like the first year's of topics and the second year topics, and then you will be grinded to, like, making you to learn the same topics again and again and again, so that you can able to remember. If that is the path that your college took, then well and good, just follow whatever the college is teaching you. If they are not doing this kind of pattern, this is another pattern called as space repetition, where let's say there is a chapter told today, this week. Let's say there is a chapter told this week in physics, and there is another chapter is going to tell you next week. So what you need to do is you need to repeat everything whatever you learned today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow. At the end of the week, you just need to, like, read it everything whatever told in the class in the weekend. So after starting the next chapter, you need to have a little bit of understanding in the past chapter which was told. So when you read it back again, it will be easy again, because you already read that same chapter for 2 or 3 times while the teacher teaching you in the class. So just follow this pattern. If your college is not following this other pattern that I said before, just repeat, learn and learn the same thing again and again. So it will be easy while your revision starts. Okay, so now coming to the proper timings, whatever the timings that you need to learn. So the generic hostel students, whatever they follow, I will tell you. From morning to evening, it's just like learning everything, whatever you can able to learn in the whole day. Just learn from 9 to 6, and after 6 to 9 in the evening 6 to 9, you use this time for one hour for mathematics and 1 hour for physics and 1 hour for chemistry. So just solve what are the questions that you get. What are the questions that you felt like, yeah, I need to solve these questions so that I can get much more clarity on this particular topic. Let's say there are NCRT questions of one particular topics in physics, let's say electricity. So solve those questions in that 1 hour in the evening or 2 hours in the evening, as per your free time. So guys, timing is the main thing. Time management is the main thing during the preparation. No need to, like, feel feel like there are so many topics that you need to be covered. It won't be that much huge. It will be pretty easy if you just follow, learn everything day by day, not like skipping them and learning after 1 month or 1 week. that will become a heavy burden. So just learn whatever you are learning each and every day, whatever taught you in the class each and every day. Just read those subjects, read those topics each and every day. Just don't skip it. Because after these 2 years, you have a wonderful life of your own choice. So just don't waste the time. Time management is the main thing in this 2 years. And when okay, so the books are already said, and yeah, the preparation. When coming to the strategy, which I used to follow, which I felt like, yeah, this strategy worked for me. So it's not sure कि it will work for everyone, but I'm telling my path, whatever I used to do. So for physics, I used to follow NCRT textbook and learn it. Whatever taught me in the class, I used to stay in a hostel. So whatever taught me in the class, I used to read those textbooks, NCRT textbooks, which was given to me, and I purchased few books. So NCRT textbooks, I learned those topics, whatever taught me in the class. I will reread it again and again. After 1 week, and after 2 week, and after 3 week, I will make a short notes whenever I am reading that particular topic. I make a short notes in the first week. In the first week, I just make a short notes of that complete chapter, whatever the formulas are there. Let's say today I'm taking a chapter called as electricity. So for in the first week, what I do is I just make a short notes of that particular chapter, and then when my teacher tells me some other chapter, let's say magnetism is told to me in the next week. So what I do is that I study the magnetism completely and make a notes of this again. So in the next Sunday, I mean the second week, what I do is that whatever told me in the first week, like the electricity chapter that I said, which I made a short notes. I refer to the short notes. I just go on with each and everything which I prepared. I just see whatever I studied and whatever short notes I made. Once I go through the short notes, I feel like, yeah, I already learned this thing. Yeah, I remember this thing. Okay. If you feel like you forgot something, just mark it again and study it back again in the third week, when, as well as the magnetism chapter which was said in the second week. So if you do this pattern, making a short notes, it will become easy in the later days. Not in the first week. It might be feel like a little bit hectic in the starting, but it will be gonna be easy in a long period of time. So just follow this. I just used to follow this pattern for physics and chemistry and mathematics, and I used to give at least 3 to 4 hours for practicing, like solving questions and all. I used to give most of my time for studying. Practicing is less, but has Sundays and holiday, which I use my time. I spend some amount of time for my enjoyment, and most of my time for practicing questions again. So this is a timeline and this is a path that I used during my intermediate, and I got into IIT Bombay. So yeah, so I hope this can helpful to you guys as well. I mean, if you follow this path, you will easily able to crack the JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Don't feel like it. Don't. I'm saying this again, guys. JEE Mains is not hard. JEE Mains is pretty easy. JEE Advanced is also pretty easy. Just the questions are a little bit tricky. That's it. Don't need to feel like this is an overburden. This is pretty easy. I'm telling you, if you follow this path that I said, like making a short notes, referring to them each and every day or each and every week, it will become pretty easy that you feel like whenever you go into the examination, writing a paper, you feel like, yeah, I already learned this topic. Yeah, this came from this particular text, this particular chapter, this particular page, this particular side, left side or right side. If you get to realize that, yeah, this question came from this particular topic, I'm telling you, if you might not able to be solve that question in your college examinations, but after practicing like this, when you go to a real exam, the JEE Mains exam, I'm gonna share this for sure. You're gonna crack the JEE Mains and JEE Advanced pretty easily. Just follow this path, whatever I said, making notes, referring them again and again, making and solving questions, and what are the textbooks that I given. Just follow those textbooks, and NCRT is the base for everything. NCRT textbooks, you need to buy the first year and second year NCRT textbooks. Read them line to line. Don't leave any short topics or large topics. Just go with each and every topic. Just make a short notes of everything. If you are studying in NCRT, make a short notes of that. If you are reading your class tutor taught you whatever he made you to write into your notes, just refer to that and make a short notes. So whenever you feel like, yeah, I don't need to go with all the textbooks, whatever the text are given in the textbook, just refer to the short notes that you prepared. It will become pretty easy when you go to examinations, and you don't need to waste much amount of time referring to the same text or whatever given in the NCRT textbook. So you need to prepare short notes for each and every subject and each and every topic, each and every lessons. Short note is a base, and okay. So this is my pattern which I used. So in my first year, I scored very well in the local intermediate exam. I got a good decent amount of score, 450, and uh, and my final score was something like 948, which is not a big score, but yeah, it is okay. So guys, and when coming to JEE means, there won't be any cutoff for intermediate score, but if you want to get into an IIT, I mean the JEE Advanced exam, it has some particular amount of score need to be cleared. Mine was 943 for IIT Bombay, so it changes to college and college. So if you feel like, yeah, the intermediate exams are not important, intermediate exams are damn important. The cutoff marks need to be required, or it will become an issue. So please do well, score in both intermediate local examinations, the state examinations, or whatever the NCRT examinations that you're gonna write in your intermediate +1 +2. That score is important, and JEE means, as I said, just follow the path that I said, referring each and everything and making a short notes. That will make you use easy in JEE means, and advanced. Uh, just uh, just don't feel like these are becoming hectic. This won't be that much issue. You can learn each and everything very easily. If you feel like you need to know something that troubling you, you can ask me in the Q&A session. I feel like I covered everything. If you have any doubts, just ask me in the Q&A session. I will clear your doubts. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sharad Pawan, for the detailed JEE preparation methods. Mainly the required books and the emphasis on syllabus and the importance of NCRT books. And you also mentioned that short notes is a very effective method. That's exactly true. As like I also implemented for my GATE exam preparation. Short notes is very effective method for revising and remembrance of each and every concept, as Sharath mentioned. And Sharath, we have a few questions in the chat. Can you open the chat box? The Prabhat asked a question.
Can you just read it out for me?
Yeah, sure. How did you solve the sceenage mathematics? Like, do you follow any particular way during the solving sceenage math? Since sceenage have many questions and illustrations, he's asking about sceenage mathematics. How
Syncage?
Yeah.
Okay, syncage. Okay. Okay, so the pattern is just the same. As I said, NCRT textbooks, I just solve those questions first, and when you get into an NCRT text, like the Syngage books that you said, there will be some starting questions in the same textbook, like the same book. You have some example questions where they already solved those kinds of problems. So just go through those example problems as well, because those they have a similar pattern in the Syngage questions which are given at the end of the chapter. So once you cover all the examples given in the Syngage textbook in that one particular chapter, let's say there is a chapter trigonometry. What are the questions given in the examples? Like the start while you are reading the theory, there will be some example problems in NCRT and as well as the Singage. So just refer to those questions, and once you refer to those questions, you get a basic idea. Yeah, I mean there is a let's say there is a sign need to be implemented here. There might be something like science per theta plus cos per theta, and these kind is equal to one, and these all these kinds of things need to be remembered. All the formulas you need to know, and just refer to the examples. I mean, examples is the thing that the same thing will be given in the at the last. I mean, the questions which are given at the last, so they have a similar pattern, but a little bit change in question. So if you solve the examples, it will become easy for you. If you don't refer to the examples, and if you feel like, yeah, I'm damn confident I get into the questions, then it won't work. So this is the pattern that I used. I used to solve the examples, and I solve the questions. Yeah, go on, Mukhya.
Yes, Jai Krishna, I think someone is raising the hands. I think we can ask those people directly. Whatever mentioned in the chat box, we can address them based on our time constraint or at the end of the session. We can ask first, I think, those who are raising the hands.
Mukhya, Vijaya.
I think, yeah, that can be addressed.
Turn on your mic, bro.
Yeah, Nandakishore, you can ask question.
Whoever having doubt, please turn on your mic and ask me.
If there is any technical difficulty, you can message in the chat box. That is also fine. Otherwise, you can ask by unmuting yourself.
I think by mistake he might have.
No, that's fine. I think there might be some other
Okay,
issue
fine.
also. We will proceed.
Fine, guys. If you have any doubts, please text in the comment section. We will get back to you at the Q&A session. Or if you have any doubt, just raise your hand. We will let you on your mics, and you ask your question, and we will answer your questions.
Yeah, one more. I think one other two queries are there. Let me see. Yeah, are these 5 months can alone will be sufficient for preparation? I think he might be in the
Sorry?
second year.
Sorry.
He's asking like this 5 months whatever left for the exam. No, this will be sufficient for the preparation. I think I
So-
hope he's in the second year or so. Chanakya, if you are there, I think you can ask what is the exact query. I think he may not be there, but he's a Chanakya. I think there Chanakya or Charanya. Let me see.
Chanakya.
Chanakya. So Chanakya, are you there? I think just check. I think if he is there, he can pinpoint exact query. I think he is not there. I think maybe some network issue.
Okay, whoever asked this question, I have one thing that I need to ask you. Are you clear with the basics? If you are clear with the basics, then 5 months is okay to clear JEE mains. But if you are not clear with the concepts, you are just like feel like you're just starting the topics right now, then 5 months is not that much amount of time. But if you are sure, like, yeah, I can do this in 5 months, but you should not waste any little bit of time that you have in this 5 months. If you prepare each and every day consistently without wasting time for some other activities, then I can tell you for sure that you can be able to crack JEE. It's just the consistency that you required, and that's it, bro.
Yeah, thank you, Sharath. Now,
What is meant by 20% cutoff for state?
now we can go to the, we can take out these questions later. Let's go to the next speaker. Thank you, Sharath Pawan. Now let me introduce our next speaker, Pawan Sai, who is an alumni of IIT Nagpur. Current, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Pawan. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank
Please
you.
go ahead.
I'll take over from here. Good evening, all. Myself, Pawan Sai. I have graduated from IIT Nagpur in Electronics and Communication. and I'm currently working as a research engineer in the telecom research center section. And today I'm going to explain about the do's and don'ts during your JEE preparation. Okay, so let me share you my screen and then present you the things.
State board is counseling. Okay, so the 20% is something like in your NCRT or in your state board, you need to get some score of something like 75% out of 100. So let's say there is 1,000 marks in a state board examination. So you need to secure something like more greater than 750 marks in board examination. If your score is less than 750, then there will be a big red flag. So that's just like an eligibility criteria. So you need to get more than 750 marks in state board, or maybe in a state board, or in a when coming to its NCRT, you need to have something like 75 percentile, more than 75 percentile if you want to apply for JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. Is that okay, Prabhat?
Yeah, thank you, Pawan Sai. So, Pawan Sai, are you there?
Yeah, Jay Krishna, I'm ready now. Yeah,
That, yeah? Okay, please share.
please. So is the screen visible for you?
Yeah, it's loading, Pawan. Yeah, now we can see your screen.
You can see the slideshow, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay then. Yeah. Fine. So, firstly, I'll introduce with the do's during preparation that you have to maintain, that you have to follow. Okay. So first one is to understand the syllabus well. So before you start reading about the entire JEE, you can understand that JEE is not a JEE Mains or advanced syllabus is not a small thing actually. It is a vast amount of syllabus. So first you understand the syllabus well, so that understanding actually you can know what to study and what not to study, so that you can efficiently utilize your time to study well. So this is like the first and main important thing when you are starting a preparation, understanding the syllabus well. So this is the first thing that you have to follow. And secondly is that actually everyone thinks that we can achieve we can achieve JEE with starting with reading entire thing in a single day or reading entire thing in a single month, something like that. But that's not practically possible. What practically possible is making smaller steps towards reaching a bigger goal. So think in this way that even a bigger ocean starts filling out with a smaller drops of rain actually. So anything starts with smaller drops only. In the same way, you have to start your preparation with smaller steps. And once you aggregate all the smaller steps, that will together in the end make your preparation for the bigger goal. So whenever you're preparing for JEE, actually, prepare your entire syllabus into smaller topics, and take the prioritize your topics first. Like understand the topics which are important for you in the start, and practice questions on that, and then go for the then go for the moderately important ones, and then go for the lower important ones. In that way, prioritize your things and make smaller goals and complete them. And like in this way, when you aggregate all these smaller goals, they will in the end give you the bigger result. And creating a study plan. Yes, without a proper study plan, you can't you think that generally what happens is when we develop a well-structured study plan, that in which actually you allocate time for each and every subject and each and every topic. Actually, let's say in a day, if you allocate yourself for, let's say, maybe 3 hours for per subject, or maybe 2.5 hours per subject, in that time also you like schedule the things accordingly. Like 1 hour I can read this particular topic and understand this, and next hour I can read this particular topic. In that way, when you create a scheduling strategy, That way, actually, you can obtain a better result. So that's how actually you need to create a better study plan in order to prepare well for the JEE mains and advance too. And practice actually. See, reading the subject is not the main ambition of the JEE. Understanding the subject well and applying it into the real life and applying it into the practical way is the main essence of IIT JEE. So, for doing that things, you need to practice regularly. Whatever you do, whatever you study, just practice the same, practice the questions immediately after you complete something, studying something. Let's say you studied a topic inside physics. Let's say you have studied maybe kinematics in physics. Immediately after completion of the studying, start working with the questions, because the more practice you do, the better your approach of the question, your approach of the solving the question will be. Yes. So that's the thing, how to practice the things regularly and consistently. Mock tests and previous year questions. Yes. JEE means questions will be different for each and every year, but they follow a similar kind of pattern in terms of questioning. The toughness will be similar actually. Like for some of the questions will be too tough, some of the questions will be moderately tough, and some of the questions will be easier. So understanding the strategy to solve a paper, understand how to maintain the time, time, how to utilize the time efficiently in order to in order to give your best score in that 3 years given to you. You need to attempt more and more mock tests and also previous year question papers. Previous year question papers give you the approach of the paper, and mock tests will make you efficiently utilize the time actually. So previous year question papers, more and more they will show you the how tough actually exam looks like, or how easily actually you can attempt each and every question, and they will show you the perspective of each and every year papers, so that you can attempt in the end well. So mock tests and previous year question papers practicing is a must actually for each and every JEE aspirant. Yes, revision plays a major role in your entire study actually, because whatever you have studied, generally what happens is there can be a chance of forgetting the things of about 60% within a week itself. So in order to remember all of them properly, you need to have a proper revision. So it's like whenever you are reading a topic, as also previously Sharath have also mentioned that once you have read something, within that one, after one day you again revise it, and after 1 week you again revise it, after 2 weeks, and after 1 month you again revise them. This is a strategy that needs to be followed, because what happens is the more you revise your subject, the more you revise your basic concepts and core concepts, the more it can help you in easily answering your questions. First time when you read something, it might take around half an hour, 1 hour, maybe 2 hours to understand a topic. But whenever you are revising, as you are utilizing the same knowledge and just you are revising the things, it will be taking around 10 minutes to just revise the things. But that 10 minutes will efficiently cover again the 2 hours that you read previously. So it's mainly important to revise the subjects which you have read once in a while. So as a JEE aspirant, one can revise a single topic or a single chapter maybe 4 to 5 times within his 4 to 5 times to the maximum of 8 times within his period of preparation. Maybe taking a chapter, he can revise the day, he can revise after a day he studied, after a week he studied, after a month he studied, and even after 2 to 3 months after he studied, so that he can continuously keep in mind of what is actually happening. Yes. And not only the study is important, at the same time balancing your health is also an important thing, because whatever you're studying will also, if you don't care about your health and just you're studying, that will also impact your physical and mental health actually, which will eventually impact your preparation. So do take care of your health. At the same time, do take care of your studies. Both are important aspects of the life. And during the preparation, do take light foods and practice mindfulness or meditation, such things, so that most of the time you stay calm and mentally stable. So that only you can do more and more of your preparation. It's mainly important to stay calm and prepared for your examination. And moreover, it is mainly important to stay healthy so that you can give your best of your exam. Many people will prepare. Generally, what happens is many people will use will stay night outs and like they sleep less and do such things actually. Never do such things. Take proper sleep. Take at least 6 hours to 8 hours. Around 6 hours is a minimum sleep. 8 hours is optimal sleep. So take at least 6 hours so that your like you don't get other health problems regarding your sleeplessness and other things. So that and also your concentration levels also will be in the stable condition whenever you take a proper sleep and also maintain proper food hygiene and also maintain a proper healthy lifestyle. And we are always there to help you. So seek help from the elders who are you can who are can guide you well. A good guru can guide you through various things. So what happens is whenever you are stuck at some point, maybe you are not even the solution, but your mentors or maybe your guru can be a good help actually. So never hesitate to seek a help from others so that they might help you whenever you are in need. Like generally what happens is people think that it is not appropriate to ask questions or they might feel it is not a good question or I think if sir might feel or he might feel silly for asking this question. It's not that way. You're silly. Maybe you think that's a silly question, but that's a very important question when you are going for the main preparation. So never feel hesitant to seek help. Always seek help from your elders or from whoever you can who can guide you well through. Conceptual understanding is very important. Why before starting your practice of question practice of problem solving inside generally what happens is each and every chapter you have to first understand the concept well. What is the core concept or basic concept behind your topic, and then practicing the questions is important. But before practicing, the main importance is understand the concept. If you can understand the concept well, you can solve all types of questions. Maybe practicing a single segment can help you in practicing one question or two questions, but understanding the whole concept can help you in solving all the entire segment of questions or all the entire types of questions in that entire concept. So it's better first to understand the concept well, then go for problem solving. That doesn't mean that always go for conceptual understanding and like give entire time to conceptual understanding and don't practice. It's like conceptual understanding first, prioritize the thing, you understand the concept, then go for immediately problem solving. You do this approach, that can be very helpful for you. And always maintain a positive mindset. It's not like say, whatever happens, let it happen. But you stay in a positive mindset and you stay in a mentally peaceful state so that you can always stay in pace with stay in a ready state with respect to the other competitors. What happens is maintaining a positive mindset will also impact your confidence levels, which is actually a main factor during your JEE mains attempting. What happens is generally while you're answering a question, if you don't have a positive mindset, then what happens is if you might feel that some questions are actually wrong actually, but they might be a correct one, but as you thought they can be negative actually, you didn't attempt them and you lost a mark. Not even 1 mark, but 4 marks for each question. So it happens that way. So instead of thinking in a negative way, take everything in a positive mindset and stay in the positive mindset throughout your preparation. And this thing actually helped a lot during my preparation, which is practicing meditation. Just take 10 minutes aside from at the time of your wake up and practice meditation, and that will impact a lot in your entire preparation. Just 10 minutes in your day will impact your entire day. Staying calm inside and out and thinking of the deeper thoughts of how can you actually solve the question. So that all actually comes when you practice a meditation. Just take 10 minutes and practice or concentrate on your breath and just keep out of your mind everything and meditate yourself. So that will help a lot when you are in the preparation phase. And also in your throughout your life phase also, meditation helps a lot. So it's better to practice meditation daily and do stay updated with respect to the current trends happening or let's say about the things happening. because whenever you stay updated only you might know when is the exam and how to prepare for you. So do stay updated in the sense, check the website which is actually important for JEE Mains, and also check the syllabus which is important for JEE Mains, and also check the questions which are like asked in the last previous question, last previous 3 years to 4 years. So in that way, actually, you stay updated with respect to the syllabus, you stay updated with respect to the curriculum, you stay updated with respect to the schedule of the examination. So do stay updated throughout the preparation stage. And this technique is helped me practice helped for me throughout my preparation phase, actually, during my, not even during my not only during my like JEE Mains preparation, but also after that for my placement preparation also, this helped me a lot. This is called as a Pomodoro technique. What happens in this technique is, like generally what people think is, they will sit standalone for around 3 hours and they'll start reading from first like from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, or from morning 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock. They'll sit and read like that. But as per the studies, what it states is that doesn't work at all. Like you can at maximum concentrate for around 45 to 50 minutes. After that, your concentration levels will decrease. So how to tackle it is, take some time. Let's say you study for you take 1 hour. In that 1 hour, first 50 minutes you study for that thing, like you study the concept, and next 10 minutes you move from that place and take a little bit refreshment. Maybe you can listen to a song, or you can take a walk around, so that you can get rejuvenated again, and then again you start studying for the next 50 minutes, so that your concentration levels again recharge for the highest level, and then again you studied for the thing, and again for after 50 minutes again go for 10 minutes break, and again start practicing for 50 more minutes. This technique is called as Pomodoro technique, and which is actually one of the effective technique for for the students who are actually going through preparation phases. Like not only for, like for JEE Mains, it is a very good essential preparation strategy. And one of the main problem that we do is, we write an examination or we write a mock test. After writing the mock test, what we do is we check the errors and put it aside. We don't maintain a notes or solve the errors again. The main thing we have to do is first write the errors, note down your errors where you have done mistake. If you know the concept, and if you didn't attempt that question, or if you made an error in that question, note the concept which you actually attempted, and check the error where you have done. If you don't know the concept, learn the concept and check the error, and maintain a notes of all those errors, so that now your weaknesses are already your weakness is already detected, and you already rectified that weakness. Whenever you are going for examination, just go through that error notes, so that you can check your errors and you can rectify them before in hand. So do maintain error notes in hand, so that, which will help you a lot during preparation. So now we'll check through the don'ts in the preparation, which are not to be followed, which are actually done by students, but that should not be done. So the first thing that many people do is procrastination. Exam is after 1 year, exam is after 6 months, so I'll start 1 month before. But you know that JEE Mains is not the effort of 1 month, 2 months. It's the effort of your entire 6 years, maybe two. Like let's say, I can say simply, your 2 years preparation of your inter first 11th and 12th classes, and also it also includes your preparation from your 6th class to 10th class. All these things will be there. So it's like the more you study, the better you start, the better you can prepare for the exam. I think you are all aware of that. Raidas ka one quote will be there. कल करे तो आज करे तो अब, पल में परलय होएगी, बहुरी करे ना अब. So it's like it states that whatever you want to do tomorrow, do it today. Whatever you want to do today, do it now. So that tomorrow anything might happen. Today in the evening itself, anything might happen. So whatever you want to do it now, so that next moment you can prepare for the other thing. So it's like, do prepared for everything and avoid procrastination. Procrastination in the sense, like stay feeling that I can do it later. So avoid that thing of thinking of doing it later. Do the things which are need to be that instant itself. And also do not overload yourself. You don't need to overload your entire syllabus in a single day, or entire you don't need to study entire thing in a single day. Take into divide your syllabus into smaller chunks, and do the things accordingly. It's like if you overload yourself and like if you cram yourself too much, if you study too much, that will eventually increase stress in your mind and also increase anxiety, which will eventually affect your preparation. So do not overload yourself at the first instant itself. And whenever you are going through the strengths, also go through your weakness. Maybe your weaknesses are there, so that they like you, and you detect your weakness, that can be rectified. So for some people, physics is a weakness. For some people, chemistry is a weakness. Inside chemistry, also some people feel organic chemistry is a weakness. Check your weakness, and also in the weakness, where can you find a loop to study that effectively and understand it effectively. Maybe the and if what if the question some of the scoring questions comes from the weakness itself. So it's important to have a little bit of awareness on your weaker subject also, so that, and also keep one more thing in mind: JEE Advanced is actually a place where actually your weakness will also be tested. What happens is, in all the three subjects you have to be qualified, and like you will have two sessions actually. Morning one session in the JEE for JEE Advanced, you will have two sessions: morning one session and afternoon one session. Morning session you need to qualify, afternoon session you need to qualify. In the morning session too, each subject you need to qualify, and overall you need to qualify. So this is where actually your weakness will be tested. So do not ignore your weakness. So do actually practice the weaker subjects also, and also stronger subjects also, so that you can maintain a balance between both of them. And don't ignore your health. Health also plays a crucial role inside a preparation. The healthy you are, the prepared you are. The more important your health is, as far as your preparation also. Okay. And do not use excessive TV or social media, because the more social media you use, the more anxious you feel. Okay. So for whenever you are using social media, you might feel that instant, okay, I might do this thing and I can do the things later, I can study later, but the time is gone again, and again you don't have time to study. So do not use excessive TV or social media. Social media in a good way is okay, but currently for your preparation, social media is not required. So better avoid social media and excessive TV watching. So take some time, maybe 10 minutes in a day, 20 minutes in a day, just to stay updated with respect to the current trends, but nothing else is required. So avoid the things as much as possible. And you are unique as per your own method. Everyone will have their own pace. So don't compare.
Yeah, yeah, we'll update
Pawan,
you. Yeah, just for a minute. I think we might be having some technical issue.
then
Yeah, let me check. Let me check. Meanwhile, students, any queries are there? They can ask or they can post in the group. Let me check with the speaker. Yeah, he's joined again.
yeah.
What is the last thing that you listened? Is a small interruption. Hello. Chetan, am I audible?
Yeah, Pawan, we can hear you, but the voice is a little lower.
Is it okay now? Is it okay now, Jay Krishna?
Yeah, yes, Pawan. Now we can hear you clearly.
Yeah. What is the
Please
last thing
continue.
that you have seen actually? Can you please mention that, so that I can?
It was at actually I didn't remember exactly.
Okay. Let me share the screen so that you
Compare with
can.
others.
Yes, Shravya.
Sir, don't compare with others.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this thing. I'll just share my screen and start it again. Yeah. Yeah, is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So don't compare yourself with others. So that's what I'm saying. Compare with yourself from the yesterday to today, from 1 month to now. If you're better in that aspect, that is enough. You don't need to compare with others and compare that he is good at that or he is bad at that and I am better at that. So either you feel underconfident, like you'll not feel confident, or you'll feel feared of the things, or you will feel overconfident. If he is bad at that thing and you are good at that thing, you feel overconfident. If he is good at that thing and you are bad at something, you feel underconfident, or not, you will not feel some confidence. So it's better to compare yourself from yesterday to today and do some improvement. That is enough. Don't need to compare with other people or other students. Fine. And one more thing is, the closer the exam comes, from 1 year to 6 months, 6 months to 1 month, 1 month to 10 days, you start to panic yourself. So never do that thing. You know you have prepared something. So be good at the preparation and do not panic. The main thing that people do is panic at the moment and forget everything. This happens with everyone, but do not panic before the exams. The main thing people do is they are prepared for the exam, but they panic and lose everything during the examination. This happens with many people. All, like, see, 15 lakh people write the exam. Don't you think that 5 lakh people are ready for that? They are ready for that. But what happens is the panic is the main situation. Like, they were actually, they forget most of the things and they are not able to answer the questions well. So that happens actually. So never panic before the exam. And avoid last minute cramming before the last night of the exam. Tomorrow morning you had the exam. Today night some people start to read about all the things. They keep all the books in front of them and start reading each and everything. Do not do that thing. You had some revision notes, check that revision notes and just go through the minimal efficient studies actually. Just to go through minimal efficient notes so that you just remember the things. That's it. Don't go for the last minute cramming. Don't go for the last minute studying of everything. In the last minute study of everything, you'll lose many things actually. When you are, like, let's say you are studying in the last minute something and it is a new thing, but you didn't understand the concept well, then you start to panic yourself and you feel anxious. And then what happens is you will forget the things which you actually prepared very well. So that thing happens with many people. So please avoid last minute cramming. Okay. So this is the thing from my side, and thank you all. Thank you for this opportunity. And if you have any queries, just ask me so that I will be able to answer for you.
Yeah, students, if anyone wants to ask questions, please raise your hand or you can post in the chat box. If not, we can go with next speaker. Okay, thank you, Pawan Sai, for emphasizing on do's and don'ts. And at the same time, you also mentioned the importance of health and the mental state required and the positive thinking. And one more thing, like you mentioned about the error notes, which is like most important, like what mistakes they are making. So thank you, Pawan. So let me introduce our next speaker, Mr. Ketan, alumni of NIT Suratkal. Over to you, Mr. Ketan. Please take over.
Yeah, hello everyone. I guess I'm audible to everyone.
Yeah, yes, Ketan, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Sharath and Mr. Pawan. Actually, your presentations are very, very informative, and I hope that will help our students. So, like most of the things are covered by Mr. Sharath and Mr. Pawan in their presentation. So, I just like to add on few other topics which are, little more important in their presentation. I'm just highlighting few points from their presentation. So the main thing while preparing for the IIT JEE, you have to remember is the preparation strategy. So like how preparation strategy is very, very helpful and how it is important while in your preparations. So when I'm talking about preparation strategy, so the preparation strategy will be different when it comes for the JEE mains and it will be different when it comes for the JEE advanced. So why I'm telling it's different is the concepts, like the topics will they test you in JEE mains and the aspects will they test you in JEE advanced will be different. When suppose I'm talking about JEE mains, so JEE mains will test your speed, it will test your time management, and it will test your accuracy. When I'm talking about JEE Advanced, it will test your accuracy as well as your basic concepts in subjects. So this is how they test you in JEE Mains and Advanced. So how the strategy should be for your Mains and Advanced. So the strategy will be differed from person to person. When I'm talking about a person is average performing student, the strategy will be different from him. When I'm talking about a person who is is already an outstanding candidate, then the preparation strategy might be different for that person. When I'm talking about a person who is just has a passionate about IIT JEE, but he's not performing up to mark. He just want to clear the cutoffs or he just want to get into the institution. Then the preparation strategy for them will be different. So combining all three these things, I'm just giving you basic overview of how the preparation strategy should be for the mains and advanced. So when it comes for the preparation strategy for your mains, so the mains is such an exam that where your speed matters a lot. Why? Because they might give you some. The exam is of 300 marks and you have to solve 180 questions in 3 hours. So that's how the basic exam pattern is will be. So for main preparation strategy, you have to think like know the areas where you are strong at, like the concepts or the subjects where you are really strong at. So the basic three subjects are physics, chemistry, maths. You like chemistry, then you might be strong at few subjects, a few topics like you might be very strong at inorganic chemistry, or you might be strong at physical chemistry, or you might be strong at the organic chemistry. In organic chemistry, again, you might be strong at some other topics like alcohols, or some other topics, or in inorganic chemistry, you might be strong at D block or P block or any other topic. So just know the areas where you are really strong at. Why? Because mains doesn't have the subject-wise cutoff. It's not like to get into NIT, you have to clear the subject-wise cutoff. Maths, you have to get some 15 marks, physics 15, and chemistry 15 marks. It's not like that in case of JEE mains. So it's like you have to clear the overall cutoff. So for clearing overall cutoff, you just need to score more and more where you are strong at. You're strong at chemistry, score more at chemistry. Okay, it's okay if you're not strong at math. Just clear, like try to solve as many questions as possible so that at least you can get some score out of math and some score out of physics and then more out of chemistry. Then your score might be something around 100 plus or 120 plus out of 300. Then I can assume that you will definitely get a good run that you will lead into a NIT. And that one thing is like you have to focus on the subject where you are strong at. The second point is like you start solving more and more problems that will boost your speed actually. It's like when you solve like many previous year questions or many mock tests or many practice questions, this will lead you to increase your speed. It's like you will be habituated for solving the questions and you need not to remember the formulas by solving these questions. Why? Because of the practice, the formulas or whatever for topics or concepts you use to solve those questions will be directly imprinted in your mind. You need not to remember. It's not need not to mug up daily. Yeah, I have to go through PLOG, remember all the structures, remember all the formulas, go through physics, remember all the formulas. It's not like that. When you solve more and more questions, automatically it will imprint in your mind. And when some question comes, automatically or when you just put your pen on the paper, automatically the things come onto the paper. It's as easy as that when you practice the questions. And one more thing is don't get involved completely into one subject. As I said, it's like you focus on the strong areas. It doesn't mean you don't get completely involved onto the particular topic or particular subject. What happens in these cases is, suppose I am interested in physics and I am really strong at electrical or electrostatics. Then if I am just only solving the electrical or electrostatics questions, what if this particular topic doesn't have much weightage in the exam? What if the questions won't come from this topic? Then it's like your time is whatever you have given for these topics or subjects, it's just going to wane, at least for the point of view of means. So that won't help you. Focus on the areas where you are strong at. Also, go through the trends. It's like right now we are in 2023 and you will be giving exam in 2024. So just go through the PYQs of from 2018 to 2023. Go through the trends of the 3-4 years and check how the questions are being asked. Why? Because right now you have twice per year, like the JEE means is conducted twice per year. So every year you will get 2 sets of PYQs. So if I talk about 4 years, then you will get 8 sets of PYQs. If you analyze the 8 sets of PYQs and just get the statistics from like compare the 8 years and get the statistics from each topic, how many questions are asked in every year for 8 years, like you will get a common pattern. Obviously, for mains you will get a common pattern. According to that common pattern, align the areas where you are stronger. Now match the both things. Okay, I am strong at electrostatics, and for electrostatics, every year there are at least 3 questions asked. Okay, fine, 3 questions. I'm not strong at few other topics like kinematics or some rotational motion. Okay, but 5 questions are asked from kinematics. So what should I do? So when these things comes, you have to just start with the things, study the basics. Why? Because the mains is such an exam which will target the questions which are directly from NCERT, or it will target questions directly which are formula based. I know some formula is likely for something like from current or electrostatics. You have the things which directly formula based questions. So if you know the formula, you'll be able to solve that question in the exam. If you don't know the formula, either you'll be still deriving the formula, which will kill your time, and eventually you may or may not reach the answer. So yeah, so just for mains point of view, just go through the trends and set your preferences where you are strong at and align them. And again, go through NCERT books, as mains is primarily focusing on the topics which are directly asked in NCERT and which are already formula based. Go through them, try to memorize few formulas which are standard, very very standard, and try solving those questions. And one more thing is, many people do this. Even this is one of the mistakes which I have made during my preparation days. It's like an egoistic approach while solving problem. When I talk about egoistic approach while solving problem, it's like, suppose I am very very good at mechanics, and when problem comes from mechanics, it's like I have to solve that problem. I mean, that's my satisfaction that I'm strong at mechanics, so I have to solve the problem. If not, I won't leave the problem that easily in the exam out. It's like you forgot that there are other questions also in exam, and you will be completely stuck or completely giving your time to that one question to solve it. That question might be difficult, but you're like, I have to solve that problem, and keep on solving that problem, which may lead to the answer or which may not lead to the answer. It will take 5 minutes. It will take you 10 minutes, and at the end you may not reach the answer. It's like 10 minutes you given for the one question. It's like the rest of the 20 minutes you have left for the other 20 questions. And this approach is not at all good for the exams, like competitive exams like mains and all. Of course, this may help you in your future when you're particularly focused on only single subject and really really good at that subject. Then if you lead to that, like in future, if you take that branch or that field for your graduation and all, there it may help you. But for the preparation of IIT JEE, then this approach will kill your time rather than giving benefit over others. So that's one more thing. And also for mains, it's like the time bound practice of previous year questions. Many people, what happens is, you just go through the topics, you practice questions from NCERTs or from other textbooks or from other mock test series. You keep on solving questions and you prepare for exam. But to check exactly how much your preparation is according to the standards of JEE mains or JEE advanced. So the best thing what you can do is take the previous year questions of 2022 January session, and the exam is of 3 hours. So set 3 hours, keep the timer, and start the paper, like solve the papers for 3 hours, complete 3 hours, and check how many you got out of 300 marks. So like there you will get to know that exactly how your preparation standards are according to the JEE level standards. Are you matching to the standards of the paper which are actually asked for the students of 2022? Like are you lacking something, or like the questions whatever you are solving from NCERT are too easy, and you are like, yeah, I'm doing very good at NCERT, so you will be like, yeah, I may do good at IIT JEE mains also. So that may not be true in all the cases. It may be true in case of few subjects like chemistry, but it may not be true in case of physics and maths. So it better, start solving the PYQs of time. Just set a time for 3 hours and start solving the questions for complete 3 hours, and see like whether you are able to solve the questions and you are able to clear the cutoffs, or you are able to get the satisfying marks from the test and all. So this will, actually give the essence how the questions will be asked, and actually give the essence of how your marks are. You can predict that how many marks you can score when you are giving the actual JEE means. So this will, just give the insight whether you have to prepare more, or is your preparation standards are okay, or where are you lacking some points, or whether you need to add few other things in your preparation strategy and all. So that is how you have to prepare for the mains. So the main things for the mains are same time, speed, and accuracy. If you are lacking any one of those three things, then you may not get the results as expected, or you may not perform well in the mains. So this is mainly about main. And when I talk about the strategy for advance, so advance is such an exam that there you will get ample amount of time to solve the questions. It's not a time bound exam. Of course, the time will be there 3 hours and 3 hours for first session and second session. But 3 hours doesn't mean you are not able to solve all the questions in 3 hours. If you know the concept, you can solve the papers in 2 hours. So that's how the advanced paper is set. They will not test you according to the time. They will test you according to the basics, like whatever math, physics, chemistry, particular topics and all. You have to be very, very clear and crisp with the basics of these three subjects. So if you are clear with the basics, then the questions whichever asked in the advance will be, the question, if you want to solve that question, that will you have to solve it from basic. You have to start from the basics, and then you have to reach completely to the advanced level of the topic to get the answer. So that's how the advanced question papers are set. So they will not test your speed in advanced exam. So the main thing when they test is accuracy and the basics. So when they test about accuracy and basics, and as well as the advanced exam also has the subject-based cutoffs. So unlike JEE mains, it has the subject-based cutoff. So while the preparation strategy of JEE mains, I said you to focus more on the areas where you are strong at. Now you know the areas where you are strong at. When you know the areas where you are strong at, you also know the areas you are completely weak at. It's like it may not be you only know the strong areas and you will not know the weak areas. When you know the strong areas, it is inherent that you know the weak areas. So when you know the weak areas, note the weak areas and see the weightage of those weak areas. Are these weak areas are really impacting you in the JEE Advanced exam paper? Like these weaker areas have enough questions, or these weaker areas have good amount of weightage in the advanced paper. To get to know this, again, go to the trends, see how many questions, as Mr. Sharaf already shared the blueprint of the topics, like how many, like which topics covers how many questions generally year by year. So just go through the blueprint and check. Like suppose I'm completely weak at suppose in math I'm completely weak at calculus. So calculus is a vast topic and I'm not good at calculus. So what if I leave calculus in JEE Advanced mathematics and I just cover the other topics like coordinate geometry, permutation, combination, probability, statistics, and all those things? Can I clear the JEE Advanced? The obvious answer is you have to check the cutoff. You have to see the blueprint, and it's like calculus has at least 5 to 10 questions every year, and losing 5 to 10 questions in calculus will minimize your chances of clearing cutoff for mathematics. I'm just taking mathematics as an example, but if you go through the other subjects, physics and chemistry, it also has their own topics. You will be strong at few areas, you will be weak at few areas, then same thing. Just go through the areas where you are weak at, see the blueprint, like see the trends, how the questions are being asked from those weak areas, and map whether those weak areas are really impacting your selection into advance. If those weak areas doesn't carry much weight, it's like either one question or none from that particular topic in JEE Advanced, then okay, it's okay to leave the topic and focus on some other topic where I will good at. But if that particular weaker section is carrying more weight, it's like at least 5 questions everywhere, then you have to good at that area. It doesn't mean you are weak at, then it doesn't matter for the the people who are conducting that exam. That's like you are weak at, and that doesn't bother about. So you have to be strong at few areas where are actually the conductors are also interested. So that's how you have to be for the IIT advanced exams. And for accuracy, the only key is to to practice more and more, and also to be very, very clear with your concepts. To get clear with your concepts is like study. The more you study, the more you get clear with your concept. The first time you study, you may understand 50% and you may be doubtful in few areas how this is, like how the equation is there or how the formula is used or so and so. But to get clear idea, go through the topic again. Go through the topic again. Still, if you didn't get that, seek help of your friends, seek help of your lecturers, or seek help of your tutors, whoever you are guiding. So then, get idea of the topic, then only you will be able to solve the questions for the JEE Advanced. So JEE Advanced is such an exam that it will not be dependent on the formula. It's like I know all the formulas. Like it's like I have mugged up all the formulas from the NCERT. I have mugged up all the formulas from Friends. So and like now I'm confident that I can solve the question. So that doesn't work in case of IIT Advanced, IIT JEE Advanced. It may work for the mains case, but it will not work for the advanced case. So again, to just start with the PYQs of the advanced as well. So the PYQs of advanced, if you see the trends, the exams which were conducted before 2012, those will be little tougher than which are conducted after 2012. And the exams which are conducted before 2000 will be more tougher than the questions which are actually conducted after 2000 and after 2012 and right now. Like, it's like the advanced exam standards are, the toughness of the paper is decreasing. That doesn't mean the paper is easier. Of course, the standards are decreasing for advanced. It's like it was very, very tougher before 2000. It was, a little tougher after 2012. And like present trend, the paper was, they're trying to decrease the standards and the paper pattern, whatever is there, they're like intelligently playing with you guys. It's like the questions will be easier, but the pattern will make you it feel tougher. It's like they are introducing the matrix based questions, they are introducing the multiple option based questions, they are introducing the numerical based question, unlike the integer questions. It's like before 2012, you may see the questions are like the integer question. It's like numerical questions are like integer. The answer will be 0 to 9. But right now they are asking the numerical based question where the answer might be anything. It might be positive, it might be negative, it might be decimal, it might be, they might ask for the accuracy of 3 decimal, they might be asking the accuracy of 4 decimal. So that's how they are setting the question paper nowadays. So, to get the, to just stay updated with all these things, you have to go through the previous questions. These are the best resources, where you can actually check how the questions are asked and are you able to solve those questions? Are your preparation is up to the level of the IIT standards and all. So that's how you have to plan accordingly. Obviously, the preparation strategy may differ from person to person again, but these are the few basic tips that everybody can follow, to get a basic understanding of the exam and to clear the exam with a like obviously you guys are putting much more efforts. So by following this strategy, it will just add on the chances of you clearing the exam will be much more than if you are going through without any strategy. So these are the few things which it will be better if you follow to get clear the exam. Yeah, I guess these are the few points which I would like to share. And we'll be sharing many more insights according to the particular topic or particular subject in upcoming series as Mr. Our NFSC team has already planned few lecture series for you guys. So yeah, I would like to thank Mr. Mohan for giving me the chance to share the insights with the fellow students and all. Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Ketan, for insightful information about time management and accuracy and mock test. You've given a broad area about the mock test and importance of the time management. All okay. Thank you once again. Okay, do you have any questions? No, just to like from above speakers, what I understood is the main focus is on solving as much as questions like previous year questions. And one more point is while solving the questions, better to take a notes like every questions you will be having new concepts. So note down the concepts. So which will decrease your time like solving time, so which can helpful for to spend more time on the uncovered topics. So better to follow that and make short notes. Okay, thank you. And now I hand over to Mohan, just to say like for wrap up the session. Okay, over to you, Mohan.
Yeah, thank you, Jai Krishna. So the session wise, yeah, it was very helpful. The things which you are discussed here, and the speakers and the teachers and the students, whoever joined and who because of some technical reasons some could have left. So we are recording this session. So hopefully the things whatever we discussed here, we will filter the content and will upload in our digital platforms. Hopefully these things will be helpful, and we thank all the speakers and the members present in this session. And if anybody else or speakers or someone else, if you want to add some points, anyway we are recording the session and the students who are present as of now, you can ask your question directly unmute yourself, or you can post in the chat box if anybody any point is there to be asked. And other digital platforms, as our team members mentioned, so there are other platforms which are focused on specific topic. So you can register or join. So we have shared in our contact numbers. You can approach any one of us, and you can message, and we will be having detailed sessions on topic wise. So we have listed out some sessions. This is like an introductory session, and like to have quick idea about what is the platform, and clarify the doubts if you have any. So other topics will be specific to the subject. So we'll go in deeper into that, and we'll connect the eligible speakers for that as well. So we have a team of the various alumni members of IIT and NIT and IIIT. So we can connect them, so based on the need and requirements of the student. So if anybody else speakers from our team, so anybody else wanted to add some points, if something is missed out, we can add. Anyway, we are recording the session, so we will share in our digital platforms as well. So anybody else, Sharath, Pavan, or Ketan, or anything else, if we miss something, so we can quickly add some points, and then we can so everything went well. So we will, whatever recorded, we will filter it out. So thank you so much. Thank you everybody. So stay connected. We will be again we will connect some more sessions based on the requirements. So yeah, thank you so much. Then we'll close the session now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for
Yeah.
joining this session.
Yeah, thank you.